Ikan nai darake. Cimoy cimoy, meiji no chimoshi, cimoy cimoy. Halo Broookuu semuanya, kembali lagi ke YouTube channel ShirtLess Gaming. Hari ini kita tidak akan bermain game, karena kita akan mereaction salah satu konten tersendiri lah ya bro, dari si Detroit Become Human bro. Sekali kita flashback kan lah, udah berapa hari gua, bahkan udah berapa hari yang lalu gua tamat, seminggu kali gua tamat, tapi gua masih kebayang aja. Bahkan waktu kemarin konten fan aja gua masih bilang mau namatin Detroit Become Human bro, karena bagaimanapun memang gimana ya, gue udah menunggu saat-saat untuk bermain Detroit Become Human ya bro ya. Nunggu beli komputer, akhirnya terbeli, nunggu sekitar 2-3 tahun bro baru bisa jalan, karena laptop gue nggak kuat bro ngangkat gamenya bro. Oke, jadi yang mau gue tunjukin ini kita adalah nonton bersama bonus-bonusnya lah, extras video yang ada. Gue udah sempat nonton beberapa sih, belum semua. Jadi gue pengen kita nonton sampai nggak semua ya, paling ini short movie Kara. Debut teaser mah nggak usah ya, trailer dia, soalnya trailer doang bro. Discovering Detroit kita beli dulu. Meet Kara Marcus Connor, Detroit and Interactive. Udah dibeli ternyata. Making of Detroit kali ya, kalau waktunya cukup sih ya. Karena ya udah, kita langsung tanpa basa-basi kita reaction bersama aja lah, nonton bersama short movie yang Kara dulu nih bro. Footage real time PS3, oke. Masih zaman masih proses development bro. One Tick Dream, hebat nih developernya nih bro, berhasil nyuguhin game yang sangat berkualitas seperti ini bro. Kara, oke, ini kayaknya proses pembuatan si Kara bro. Ini benar-benar Karanya ya bro ya, bukan si model robotnya, karena kan ini AX 400 kalau nggak salah ya, model robotnya Kara ya.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
ID.
KPC 8975040C.
Can you move your head?
Amazing unbelievable bro.
Your eyes now.
Mata, oke. Ngedip. Gila.
Cervical and optical animation checked. Now give me your initialization
Itu
test.
jantungnya bro.
I'm a third generation AX400 android. I can look after your house, do the cooking, mind the kids. I organize your appointments. I
Pembuatan
speak
Kara
300
keren
languages and I'm
gila.
entirely at your disposal as a sexual partner. No need to feed me or recharge me. I'm equipped with a quantic battery that makes me autonomous for 173 years.
Iya,
Do you want to give me a name?
jadi pembantu bro.
From now on, your name is Kara.
My name is Kara.
My name is Kara.
Initialization and memorization checked. Now can you move your arms?
Jadi ini ada kemungkinan juga nih robot pertama tipe AX 400 ya bro ya, kayaknya bro ya. Robot pembantu pertama
Upper
yang
limb
dibuat.
connection checked. Now say something in German.
Ich bin eine AX400 Android
Bahasa Jerman.
Delta-Generation, erschaffen als Ihr persönlicher Assistent und
Anjay.
intimer Beziehungspartner.
Say it in French.
Je suis un android de troisième génération AX400
Wah,
conçu pour
anjay,
être
bahkan
votre
sampai
assistant
aksen-aksennya, bro.
votre partenaire intime.
Okay. Now sing something in Japanese.
Bener-bener amazing unbelievable bro ini bro. Bener-bener gawat ya sebenarnya, ini antara bener-bener pisau bermata dua bro.
Multilingual verbal expression.
Ada Android di dunia
Go ahead, take a
sekarang
few steps.
membantu kita, dan kedua bakalan bisa jadi penyerang bro, kayak yang dipimpin Marcus dan kawan, dipimpin Marcus bro.
Locomotion checked. Great, you're ready for work, honey.
Waduh.
What's going to happen to me now?
I'll reinitialize you and send you to a store to be sold.
Kembali ke toko,
Sold.
dikirim ke toko, dijual.
I'm a sort of merchandise. Is that right?
Yeah, of course you're merchandise, baby.
Merchandise.
You're a computer with arms and legs and capable of doing all sorts of things. And you're worth a fortune.
Oh, I see. I thought.
You thought?
Bahkan pertama
What
kali
did you
dibuat
think?
udah tahu bro, udah
I thought-
jadi deviant sendiri bro.
I was alive.
Shit, what is this crap? That's not part of the protocol. More memory components going off the rails.
Oh.
Okay, recording. Defective model. Disassemble and check the required components.
Wah,
Disassembling me, but
defective.
why?
You're not supposed to think that sort of stuff. You're not supposed to think at all, period. You must have a defective piece or a software problem somewhere.
No, I feel perfectly fine, I assure you. Everything is all right. I answered all the tests correctly, didn't I?
Yeah, but your behavior is non-standard.
Please, I'm begging you, please don't disassemble me.
I'm sorry, honey, but defective models have to be eliminated. That's my job. If a client comes back with a complaint, I'm going to have some explaining to do.
I won't cause any problems, I promise. I'll do everything I'm asked to. I won't say another word. I won't think anymore. But I've only just been born. You can't kill me yet. Stop, will you please stop? I'm scared.
Takut mati bro.
I want to live. Begging you.
Wah, gue gak nyangka bakal kayak gini bro. Oke, jadi Kara dibebasin, dilolosin. Ini semua berarti salahnya sih apa orang yang menjaga ini bro, dibiarin bebas bro. Oke, ini berarti beneran Kara bro. Kara yang dimaksud sama kayak bro ya. Tuh, rambutnya bisa langsung muncul loh. Canggih bener. Gila.
Go and join the others.
Wah. Bahkan sekarang mereka android pakai robot buatnya bro. Tangan-tangan robot banyak itu.
Stay in line, okay? I don't want any trouble.
Thanks.
Oh, dibiarin hidup. Oke, terima kasih. Oke, yang lain aman bro. Oh, berarti bukan Karanya bukan yang pertama deh. Gue pikir mah yang bener-bener pertama dia.
My God.
Wah. Keren euy. Kara, Valerie Curie. Short movie-nya keren sih. Film pendek. David Cage. Kayaknya gue pernah dengar di filmnya bro. Film gede. Quantic Dream. Apakah udah habis? Running in real time on a PlayStation 3. GG, emang PS3 nih bro. Oke, kita lanjut ke yang Discovering Detroit kali ya. Kita kayaknya 3 video aja ya bro ya. Ini soalnya udah hampir 10 menit bro.
When Guillaume got back in touch about making Detroit, I wasn't terribly surprised they decided to make it because the fan response was so intense. So
Apalagi
it makes
iya,
sense
ini
that they would choose
zaman-zaman
to do that
masih
after-
PS3
after the
doang ya,
enthusiasm.
zaman
It
2009
was
2000-an ya.
challenge, and it was just an interesting thing to get my head around.
Face modelnya.
How to approach this character now
Kara.
as a different, much older person,
short casting.
and whether or not she had changed. And I'm very happy to say
modelnya
that
banyak,
with
bro.
Detroit, I've had the opportunity to see Kara grow so much more than I ever expected.
You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the rat gone now? Alice! Alice!
I mean, she starts out essentially how she does in Kara, in a very not robotic, but android other way, and getting to take this journey where she becomes more and more human as it goes on. And as an actor, that's a wonderful exploration in every way, whether it's how she sits, her posture, how her voice changes, how emotions change, and how much emotion is based on things like empathy and social experience. And so having, as much material as I got with David to have this huge, nuanced arc was really incredible.
Why couldn't we just be happy?
This experience has been quite different than the experiences I've had shooting film or TV or doing theater work. I have 83 dots on my face and really flattering black wetsuit type thing, and you're jumping around with props, and it's kind of like being a 10-year-old imaginative kid. Which is fun. There's 80 cameras around us. It's already lit, so we just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot.
There's no change of sets. There's no hair and makeup. There's no wardrobe, so we move really fast.
Wah,
and
nggak hanya di filmnya, di film, di game, beneran cantik beneran bro. North ini di dunia nyata juga anjay.
Kind of acting boot camp.
It's like working out constantly. I mean, you're doing this thing, and then you got to do something that's completely other, back to back to back. And so that kind of process of working is very challenging, but it's also very exciting because you just have to keep coming up with new ideas, and your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
You shot that girl, for fuck's sake.
It was a machine that looked like a girl. Yeah, I know what I should have done. I just told you I couldn't.
Apalagi syutingnya banyak yang mereka yang pas bercabang-cabangan itu.
Many stories interwoven from beginning to end is super complicated and super impressive, and I have no idea how he keeps it all in his head.
He's not just the writer or the director who's seeing this from the outside eye, he's also thinking about the player walking through this space. Only somebody who really, really loves not the work, but like these characters and these stories and cares about doing something meaningful would invest that much in it. And it's always inspiring to work with somebody who cares that much.
My experience with motion capture is this one.
Carl siapa Hang itu ya?
Sort of terrifying in a way.
Bukan, ini kakek si Marcus. Ya, Marcus.
As we got into it, I realized all the elements of it were still artistic. I just dipped into a really brilliant setup here. I've never seen anything like it. And this won't turn me into a product because I was playing it.
Ternyata proses pembuatannya gini ya. Mereka ngerekam orang beneran, pantas lah.
Detroit comes back because of a revolutionary industrial rebirth. And there's no reason why that can't happen in Detroit, because they have such tremendous infrastructure for millions and millions of people who can easily support, a new industry.
The city is really strong and resilient, but the city has also been through so much. You see the damage. But it takes that time of kind of rebuilding and reinvesting into the city that I think is happening slowly but surely.
Ingat bro, ini zaman 2011 bro.
As a city is something that this game does a lot of justice to, because it would be easy to look at Detroit as some place that used to be, and that's not the case.
This game provokes a lot of conversation and reflection on our potential near future engagement.
Ada Ryan Gosling ya? Kayaknya.
That's what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window.
I think that a group that feels marginalized, feels like they deserve and have earned access to themselves and the environment around them.
Itu apa ya kira-kira? Bukan serang buat mah.
Get freedom.
Gua nggak ngerti sih cara buat game, tapi ya nggak ngerti lah. Tapi penasaran aja.
You think that this is fine, you're comfortable with it, until something blurs the line and throws you off, and now. Do I feel differently about whether this should be allowed? Should it be banned? Should it be encouraged?
You're gonna ruin our lives, and for what? For a bunch of machines? They are not machines!
No,
they're alive! I'm alive! You're alive! They're nothing!
There are lots of comparable comparisons to any type of persecution of religion, race, etc., dating way back. It can't just be a video game where you shoot them up or where people make these choices to do whatever. I think that's the whole point. You have the choice, and you can either choose to go in one direction with your character or another. And I think that's going to be very telling about the gamer. Very telling.
I think there's going to be a really strong reaction to this game, which has such a strong perspective I'm that much more proud of it now.
Tentang perspektif bro, tentang mindset juga kali ya.
Because it's important.
In this game, you're actively building and designing the character through not just what kind of shield does he have or what color hair does she have, but like their temperament.
Temperamen, oh iya kita ada beberapa saat juga pakai temperamen bro ya.
Maybe
Stress
seemingly
level.
insignificant choices in the moment, but like life, they all add up. And can't play life again though.
Tapi gue yakin, satu hal yang gue yakin ya, pasti mereka itu bakalan kecapean banget bro. Karena apa? Mereka syuting satu scene. Anggaplah mereka tuh cuma gamenya ini gameplaynya yang linear, jadi cuma satu akhir ending. Dan pasti juga bakalan syuting ulang bro untuk memperbaiki kesalahan-kesalahan yang kurang pas lah. Apalagi banyak ending bro, gila. Oke, udah 15 menit, kita coba cari satu video lagi yang mana ya. Making of Detroit ini kali ya, Detroit Interactive Story, game interaktif.
Game after game, we try to challenge ourselves. For Detroit, we wanted to first of all to write a story that would be
next
incredibly
konten lain kali ya.
Which means the most non-linear story.
Kalian kalau mau request, coba komen lah di bawah. Main Happy Rain bang.
We wanted really the player to have the possibility to change the story, change his own journey.
When you're writing komputernya banyak bro, gila.
You know, when you're working in television, you'll put a character in a difficult situation.
Wajar lah.
And you as a writing team will argue about what would that character do.
Mau dari segi cerita, segi programming
what's
kali
interesting about
lagi
interactive
kan.
drama is you bring the player into that conversation, and it changes your job slightly as a writer, because your job is to provide a narrative context in which the player can write his own story. You're giving him this kind of narrative Lego that he's going to snap together into his own shape. You also have the ability to make your audience attach themselves to your characters, because the audience is in some sense responsible for what happens to the characters.
It's just a few cans.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, ternyata bisa nyuri uang kayak gitu ya bro.
You used me to steal that money. How could you do that? I trusted you.
What is a bit specific about this scripts is how large they are.
Tapi kita tuh nggak ambil pilihan itu bro. Halis marah ke kita soalnya bro.
We have to deal with script that is between 4,000 and 5,000 pages. Everything becomes
4,000 halaman.
We don't just tell one story, but we tell all the possible stories that can be told within this narrative space.
On Act 3, our final act, we have around 1,000 different scenarios. And every one of those scenarios has to be as interesting, as passionate, as strong, and as emotional. We want every action that the player does, every interaction that is available to serve in telling the story, and help the player understand who his character is, and build that character moment to moment.
Ini pas terkejut gua bro. Nah ini gua penasaran nih, ada pilihan kita nggak laporin ya?
We started with the intention pretty early on that we would never lie to the player. So we implemented a visible tree structure in the game that players can consult during a scene or at the end of it, which shows exactly what they did and what they missed. There are games out there offering world exploration. We offer narrative exploration.
You know, keeping control of such a wide and large story is a huge challenge. So same thing when you shoot with actors, because you will need to shoot many different versions of each dialogue, each scene. For actors, it's a huge challenge.
Because of the style of the game, you have so many different ways that the character can go. Every decision is what I call kind of choose your own adventure. Like every decision that the player makes, it's going to open up 40 more pages of material and experience that ties in, which means as a performer, you have to try to continue to make things feel real that the player might not ever see, but also that in performance, it's not always connected to a previous act. It's grueling, it's hard work, but it's a great team, and I enjoy doing it.
Gua masih terpukau sama kecantikannya North, bro.
I got to this point where I kind of was able to step outside of my own experience and even in a lot of ways my own process
Kara
and
cantik
be able
juga
to
sih
step
bro.
outside of that and okay, this is something new. What do you need? How do I meet you there? How do I give you what you need and still feel like I'm doing what's right? And once I did that, then all of a sudden it got really fun. It was much freer and having to approach it in a new way and think about the player.
Sorry bro, agak
think
ngantuk
about
karena udah jam 11 malam
how it
bro.
serves them and what I'm doing for them or what I'm letting them into. It's really, I think, helped me grow in general.
Remember, there's nothing on the left. That's all. So it's probably all there. And then
Oh,
they can
bahkan
come
dia
first,
harus mengingat-ingat.
close. But I think you would go first to check that it's safe.
Mengingat apa bro? Properti bro.
The most enjoyable thing about working in performance capture on this kind of project is that if I shot a film, I would get to do one of these endings. I get to do so many different things as Connor. Your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
What's the name of my dog?
Buddy? Scout. I think it's Jack.
Jack. Ini yang skin. Ditanya nama anjingnya bro.
I worked with physicality a lot because it was a good way to anchor myself in these different rings of the tree as the story grows out. I know where that is physically in my body, and then I can switch more continually on set, and it'll be entirely up to the player to determine what order those things come out and what they look like from a distance. Like if you're playing through it, the culmination of all of that will be.
Nih bayarannya harusnya gede sih bro ya.
I'm faster than you, and I don't feel pain. You don't stand a chance against me.
Listen, asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and light a match to it.
Shooting action scenes at Quantic Dream is a real challenge because these are scenes where the storytelling has to continue. It's not an action scene just to have a dose of adrenaline. The stunts have huge consequences on the rest of the story. It's really a moment where we implicate the player and tell him that the choices he makes during an action scene will have a direct impact on the evolution of his story.
Jadi kita paling nggak ada tahu lah dasar-dasar pembuatan permainan game.
My biggest challenge on Detroit has been managing the large number of animations that we receive from motion capture. Detroit features more than 37,000 animations, which is a huge amount to handle on a daily basis.
You have to realize that the player, in his first playthrough, will miss certain scenes. This also means that we had to think of, conceive, and produce all the potential story paths. The characters' costumes, the places, day or night, the weather. Did the character get shot in the shoulder? Did he get injured? All this consistency forced us to produce a lot of graphic assets in order to, quite simply, allow the player to have true continuity throughout the story.
Honestly, we were even surprised by the challenges that come with such a big tree structure.
3D.
And we did our best to
juga.
guarantee quality across all the game and make sure that whatever path you choose
Komputernya nih berapa banyak bro, gila banyaknya. Gak kebayang bro kalau kerja di kayak yang beginian ya bro ya. Nih bisa lembur selalu kayaknya bro ya untuk ngejar target. Cuma ini layak lah, dan layak bukan hanya layak, memang harus lah diapresiasi banget lah usaha-usaha mereka membuat game interaktif yang sangat paten. Ini baru game interaktif pertama yang gue mainin sih. Gue rencana ke depan pengen main yang lain, kayak gue udah ada listnya Heavy Rain kemungkinan, terus yang Dark Anthology itu yang kayak Man of Medan, Little Hope, lain-lain. Terus masih ada Until Dawn. Banyak sebetulnya bro, cuman ntar gue lihat dulu lah mana yang menarik. Pertama mood gue dulu nih. Apa gue selang-seling antara interaktif dengan yang lain, atau langsung hantam semua. Terus ya segitulah kalau ada waktu juga. Tapi semoga ada waktu lah, gue pengen, karena seperti yang gue komitmen gue yang pertama, gue pengen jadi full time YouTuber, content creator, mendapatkan penghasil dari gaming aja bro kalau bisa bro ya. Oleh karena itu gue butuh bantuan kalian semua teman-teman, bantu like, share, dan subscribe ya bro, bantu dukung channel ini agar terus berkembang. Oke, jadi konten hari ini sekian dulu lah bro. Kita udah menonton 3 video bersama-sama. Memang layak lah nih game berat pertama yang gue mainkan dengan PC baru gua bro. bisa dibilang PC gaming dengan spek Ryzen 3 2200G plus GTX 1650. Oke bro, see you bro di next video. Bye bye.
I'ma make it burn, 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 I'ma make it burn.